Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope all is well. Welcome to a week in review. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Twitter or Instagram at I am Chantay. My name is Chantay. And that's that. But I am going to start with the numbers of COVID. Hello to everybody in the atmosphere. Happy Friday to you all. I hope all is well. Let me just check this this thing with COVID-19. There we go. Refresh this page. John Hopkins website in Maryland. I think Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, that's where they at. Here we go. Global confirmed cases are 165,874. No, 165,874,001. If that is the correct number. Yep, that is the correct number. Oh, howdy. Oh, Boston. It's raining. If it's raining here, then it's raining in Boston. I know for sure. Global death toll is 3,438,383. U.S. confirmed cases is 33,084,872. And the U.S. death toll is damn near almost 600 at 589,222. So, global confirmed cases is 165 million.8. Death toll is 3 million.4. U.S. confirmed cases is 33,084,872, and the U.S. death toll is 589,222. So, are we out of this COVID thing? Hell no. Nope. We still have to wear masks, and the total new cases we had today, even though the new cases are low at 27,525, we are still not out of it. Thank you, T. We're still not out of this shit, and we never, I don't want to say we never going to get out of it, but we're not going to get out of it this year. I know that. I got the vaccine. I got the second dose of Moderna yesterday, and I am feeling much fine. And I did not have the symptoms that everybody was having. I did not have the symptoms, and oh God, in Canada, I did not have the symptoms of, I have a fever or I'm sweating. I had none of that. I was fine. Oh yeah, this pandemic is probably going to be here till like in the middle of next year, and I think that's the earliest. People say it's going to be over Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm like, everybody is hesitant to get the vaccine. People are stripping off their masks even though they're not vaccinated or never been tested for COVID. Places are open up at 100%. People are relaxing on social distancing messages and Wagwan Queen Lion. And people are just being dumb. So, I will continue to wear my mask. And great Scots, and thank God that my nail salon does temperature checks before you get your nails done, because if your thing is like at 103, oh no, you need to get the hell out. If it's like lower than 98, you're fine. So, fall, we might be in a better place, but there's supposed to be another wave, according to the CDC director, even though she freaking, I don't know. That's amazing, child, because people I spoke to are getting sick. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, I will wear my mask. I'm fully vaxxed, and I still will wear my mask. He was like, the fall's going to get better, but I feel like we might have another wave, because the cold and flu season I worry about, because cold and flu season is serious. And schools in New York is open up at 100%, but kids probably still got to wear their masks. As I said, if the schools open up 100% and kids got to wear their masks, I think there needs to be a remote option. Some parents are not comfortable sending their kids to school, because some of these kids got immune deficiencies, probably worse immune systems than me, and I'm grown. So, yeah, you can still get COVID. You won't die if you get vaccinated, but you can still get COVID. You have a 5 or 6% chance if you took Moderna or Pfizer. If you took Johnson & Johnson, you have a 15% chance on getting it, or a 16% chance of getting it. So, wear your mask. I wear mine outside, because I see people stripping off their thing and coughing in the atmosphere, coughing and sneezing and shit, and not even doing sneeze like or achoo. People are just like and all over their mouth. It's so done. Oh God, it's so nasty. Like somebody in the store today was sneezing. I thought the sneeze was coming in me, but then she sneezed here. I was like, because I was looking right dead at her, and I'm just like, yo, this is too much. I'm gonna read. I got the Moderna vaccine as well, and it's my first dose. I got it Tuesday, and my arm still hurts from it. I'm going to wear my mask, even though I'm fully vaxxed by the middle of June. Absolutely. I double mask, and I've been double masking since November. Oh, yep. I got bad allergies too. I have a whole ton of Allegra. Thank God a lady in church, she sent me some Allegra. She sent it actually to another lady in church, which sent it to my mom, which sent it to my dad. So, because I have bad allergies and I have nasal congestion. I have that issue. And, you know, in my eyes, I sneeze. It's so bad. But nobody, this is all in my mask and I do that. I have 2 masks on, so I am fine. But I am okay. I didn't die. I got the second dose. My arm is still a little sore. But you have to, like, if your arm is sore, you have to, like, you know, relax it or take Tylenol. Because they suggested that you take Tylenol. Yep. You know what it is? My allergies. You know what? I'm in my house. And so I don't open up my window. Which I got to start opening up my window. But I'm afraid of the flies and the maggots trying to come in my house. So that's the only reason why. Thanks, T. And like I said, the vaccine is not bad. This vaccine, both Moderna and Pfizer, was developed by a black woman who is 35 years old. She's from North Carolina, I think. And she works for the NIH, and she works under Dr. Fauci. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I need an air purifier. I need to get a good one. I think I'm going to order one on Amazon because I need one bad. Like my sister and I, we got the worst allergies. My sister actually has much worse allergies than I do. My eldest sister, not my sister Kim, but my eldest sister has bad allergies. Like she breaks out and her face is so bad. But yeah. So that's that. Now this 1/6 commission, I heard there were 11. Yeah, I got Tylenol and I'll be taking it. Yep. And you should sleep too. This 1/6 commission, everybody is like, I understand because Chuck Schumer needs to step up his dick a lot more. But at the end of the day, no matter how it is, the Senate is split. So the best thing for it to happen is elect more Democrats in the Senate. And I think what messed up in 2020, why more Democrats were not elected, is because the messaging on combating defund the police. It didn't work in a lot of middle states. Those Midwestern states, Joni Ernst should have been easily beaten in Iowa. What's their name? And what is it? Cal Cunningham was dumb. Let's see. Who else could have been easily beaten? And like Doug Jones could have been, this is where, and honestly, to tell you the truth, who fault is it why a lot of Democrats haven't been elected to the Senate? Everybody says Chuck Schumer. No, it's Elizabeth Warren and Mark Warner. Because why? Because those are the 2 senators that are, Those 2 senators are the vice chairs of the Senate Democratic Caucus. You know what their job is? They got almost the same job as Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries' job is to elect more Democrats. Even though they did hold more majority in the House, but, kind of jumped the ball too. But they still have their majority. The Democrats could have had way more if those 2 would have been campaigning for others. And also have a better messaging on how to build back better. No, everybody wanted to do this purity test bullshit. So guess what? The purity test got you half of a Senate. And if you wouldn't have all of it, if it wasn't really for Stacey Abrams and LaTosha Brown and rest of the black organizers on the ground in Georgia. Let's be real. Yep. And use the term police to police like, what's her name? Denise Oliver. She's a former Black Panther. She used the police to police. I love that. I said, let's use Denise Oliver saying police to police. And of course, all the white leftists, they all got mad and got their panties in a bunch. I'm like, she was a former Black Panther. She challenged police officers. And because, you know, the Black Panthers challenged law enforcement and challenged all these white guys, is the reason why the NRA at the time, which they were on the opposite side of gun legislation, not like now, they put in gun reform laws. And that was in conjunction with then Ronald Reagan, the conservative governor of California. That's right, him. So before these, you know, new leftists, these little white leftists, my age and younger, start talking this shit and start disrespecting the elders, they need to study about the Black Panthers. Don't listen to Nick. That Fred Hampton leftist bullcrap. No, you read a book. Don't pay attention to his ass, because he spews propaganda too. He tap danced for the white man. And he want to talk about, I'm the wrong kind of black person. No, he's the wrong kind of black person, because you having all these outsiders. Honestly, Fred Hampton wouldn't even mess with all these outside white folks. You really want to get technical. And all his trolls came in there, got mad at my video. I don't care. Read a book. Read about Fred Hampton. Read about all the other Black Panthers. Read about Stokely Carmichael. Oh no, they don't want to talk about that. Read about Huey Newton. Read about Bobby Seale. Read about Angela Davis. And I think that's Angela. Oh, read about all of them. Read about Nikki Giovanni. Read about Marcus Garvey. I'm taking it back to the Pan-Africanism time. Read about them. Don't listen to these cosplay progressives out here tap dancing and spewing Bernie Sanders quote-unquote progressive messaging. Or Nick's messaging that comes from Bernie Sanders. So, but back to this Senate GOP stuff. I mean, this 1-6 commission. So the House is conducting their own, which I think that's smart. In terms of the Senate GOP, they're full of shit. And it's sad that the Senate is split. So the only way to solve this problem is to elect more Democrats. And next year we got a midterm. And half of these Republicans are up. There's 5 retiring Republicans. So we really need, if we get about 5 to 7 seats. I'm being ambitious, 5 to 7 seats, because we might hopefully win. Then we can kill the filibuster. Or if we get at least 10, we can kill the filibuster. It's not going to end, because not just only Democrats want it. How about Republicans are going to vote partisan, especially that half of them believe that Donald Trump won the election? Yet, Lisa, 4 better. Absolutely. 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 So that's why, you know, there needs to be an election. And to the white feminists out here, the Amy's, Skikines, whatever her name of the world, and some of these disgruntled white leftist women. Amy Klobuchar would not even make a better Senate majority leader, because they would actually give her a hard time. And even with her in that position, they're still going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. The Senate is going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. The senators think differently. The Senate is very different. Very, 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 very different from the House of Representatives. That's just what it is. Got a problem with what I say? You can fuck off, you know? But it's the truth. But in terms of this race, in terms of this race in my city, for those who are New Yorkers on here, I'm aggravated. I'm mad that this shit is nationalized. And people are like, why are you mad that it's nationalized? Because, like, this is something that's ours. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump is done. Donald Trump is done. We're not even talking, like, the streets in the city, we'll be happy if you go to maximum prison. But I doubt he might physically harm himself before that. But, everybody is like, Chantay, you were right. Some say I was right. Some say, I can't criticize her for this. As much as I appreciate Maya Wiley, I'm like disappointed in this Our Revolution endorsement, even though she does need more funding. But I figured like she got the most significant endorsements before this one and before Zephyr Teach out. She had endorsements from Yvette Nicole Brown, Chris Evans, Nadia Velasquez, Gloria Stein, Billy Porter, Hakeem Jeffries, and then some other local folks in the city, like, and Emily's list. So I don't understand. Like, I'm confused why she's trying to pander to these people. She says she needs to fall back. Okay, that's cold. But it's just like, I'm sad. And yes, I'm still going to rank her, but I don't know if I'm going to rank her as number 1, but I'll rank her as number 2. Because Eric just got bumped up to number 1. And people are like, oh, well, he was a cop and, he's this, he's not for so and so and so. But I was like, but he's ready day 1. And he's one of the most effective campaigns. Even though him and my commercials, they have the best commercials, right? They do have the best commercials. But back to Maya, this endorsement wasn't a good endorsement. It was not okay. And even though like endorsements doesn't matter, but it's just like you're catering to a group of people that will easily turn on you, that will not support you at the end of the day. So catering to these folks when they're not a good percentage of the city's population is a bad move. However, I still have hope for her that she will be in the top 5, because most likely she's the only woman that will be in the top 5. I have a feeling between her and Catherine, they might be in the top 5. Because there's some people that's going to drop out by after June 22nd. But Maya may still be in there just because, her endorsement, and plus she's the only woman that's doing better than some of the other women in the race. And that's the truth. But Eric Adams' position, he's ready. And you know what? Because I looked at him, I was just like, I like him. I do. I like the fact that he's running an effective campaign. I like the fact he knows how the system works. I like that he has years of experience and he's ready since day 1. And he's not slandering anybody in his campaign. He's not putting out negative ads. Like, that's the kind of candidate you need. You don't need no one to slander folks. Because that's what messed up Bernie, and that's what messed up Elizabeth Warren running for president. And it's the truth. But I'm looking at Adams or Wiley. But Adams, just got bumped up to number 1. Maya's number 2. So here you have it. Now in terms of Garcia, there was something about her and she made news and it was interesting. Let's just say, I'll read some of it. Because I just screenshot the thing. Campaign staffers of NYC mayoral candidate Diane Morales to protest firings. The so-called mayoral union is demanding answers from the progressive candidate about the turmoil that has engulfed her campaign this week. So I don't know what's going on in her inside operation. I know somebody that I know on my Instagram works for the Morales campaign. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Morales fucked around and found out. I mean, she did fucked around and found out that at the end of the day, that these white leftists that work for her, these new leftists that work for her, they will turn on her in a minute. I mean, out of all the mayoral candidates, she has no commercial. No ad at all. Her campaign is messy. There really is no messaging behind anything. The fact is the Green New Deal and Medicare for all and everything for all, which you grew up in Bed-Stuy, Diane. That's not going to work here. And I don't know how you running your campaign, but what I do know is you defended these people on May 12th in the debate, and you chastised Eric Adams for his comment. You should have never, ever, ever did that. Because now, look who turned on you. That's why you don't put your stock in these young white leftists. Yes, they're not moderates and they're not conservatives, but they're just as equally as bad as the white moderates and the white conservatives. So I hope you learned your lesson on putting your stock in these people, Ms. Morales. And as for Maya, watch her back with these white leftists. Because the same way they treated Diane is the same way they're going to treat you. Because I actually like you, Maya. And I don't know if they placed her as a pawn. I have no idea. Diane or whatever, but y'all need to watch your back. You might need to watch your back from these white leftists, because I don't trust them. Because who's to say they might write in somebody's name on the ballot in the general election? That's why you never put your trust in them. And if we didn't learn anything in 2016 and 2020, we know for damn sure not to trust white liberals and white moderates. Because at the end of the day, they will vote for the opposing side or not vote at all, or write somebody's name in if they vote. That is exactly why, if you're a Democratic candidate trying to get elected, the people who you need to talk to is the core base of the Democratic electorate, and that is black people. More so, black women. We are pragmatic, but savvy. Very, very savvy. And we're hip to the issues. The core issues here in New York City is COVID-19, the economy, affordable housing, education, healthcare, the environment, infrastructure, jobs, and more. It is not Medicare for all. and the Green New Deal. Even though we have environment concerns, but that is not the top of our list. And not to rejoice with some of these quote unquote translucent, gentrified leftists. It's not. It's to get this city back on its feet. To get this city the most working and most attractive city. So it could benefit everybody. And who is ready day one? It's Eric Adams, and even so this person's having trouble, Maya Wiley. And that's the real. So, Maya, for Christ's sake, watch your back with these white leftists and their organizations. Because the same way they did Diane Morales is the same way they're going to do you. If you don't cater to what they need. That's all I'm saying. My neighbor is always asking me for my political views. He tells me all the time he learned to vote like a black woman. It pisses his wife off. He told me that he doesn't trust her white ass to be honest. I don't blame him. I side-eye some of these white folks in here in my building. Because who's to say they wanted Kamala Harris as the vice president? Half of them wanted Elizabeth Warren or Amy Klobuchar or somebody else. I always wanted Kamala. I wanted Kamala Harris as my president, okay? And you see where that ended up. But as soon as she left the race, she was considered to be the VP for the remaining candidates. She was on everybody's short list. And all of a sudden, when Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar dropped out, oh, they on the short list too. Whiteness at work. And half of them did protest in 2016. They did. That's why I don't trust the 53 morphed into the 55%. I don't trust them. I don't even trust some of the half of the 43% that voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And that includes Meghan McCain in that 43%. Watch your back, people. Watch your back. But enough of the mayoral race. I want to draw the attention to what's this thing? So, for those who follow me on Twitter, y'all know that I did a list, right? The list that almost got me suspended twice. Got me reported twice, not suspended, reported twice, right? Because they claim I made a threat to them. So, I saw something in my thing, and it started out saying, in honor of Tara Reid trending, here are a list of notable Twitter leftists who's experiencing karma. So it's Brianna Gray, Katie Harper, David Serrata, Ryan Nice, Socialist MMA, Marianne Williamson, and of course Tara Reid. Who else is missing from this list? So when somebody commented and said, you're going to like this one. So this is funny. I'm going to read it to y'all. Here's our official goodbye. We love you guys so much. Can't wait for the next chapter. So, all right, here's part one of the big news. They're leaving the Hill, Crystal Ball and her co-host, and going independent. Sign up to be the first. So I guess they have a MailChimp and they're leaving the Hill. So here's what I said. I guess my hit list came true. So according to my tweet back on March 19th, I said the following progressives may go through some things pretty soon. Ryan Knight, Brianna Gray, Socialist MMA, Jimmy Dore, Katie Hopper, Cenk Uygur, Anna Kasparian, Crystal Ball, Marianne Williamson, David Serrata, and Peter Dow. And surprisingly, Crystal Ball is leaving the Hill. But I'm assuming she was fired. Let's assume she was fired. So, let us break bread together. No, not on my knees. But the Lord is working. And so help me God, in the name of Jesus. I wrote that list and I prayed on it because I know eventually these following progressives will be going through some things in the name of Jesus. Glory to his name. I'm singing glory to his name. Glory to his name. Dear to my heart was the blood applied. And won't he do it? Yes, Lord. Yes, God. Hallelujah. See, people like Crystal Ball, Katie Hopper, Rihanna Gray, David Serrata, Ryan Knight, Nick the Fred Hampton Socialist, and the rest of the ilk have constantly, for the last 5.5, 6 years, criticized the Democratic Party time and time again, insulted the base voters, black voters, older black voters to be exact, voting for quote-unquote establishment candidates. You had David Serrata refer to my family members in South Carolina who voted for Joe Biden, the establishment. And when I told him he did that, he did not apologize for it. But as soon as I wrote that list, he got his panties in a bunch and started crying and blocked me twice within a 6-month span. Brianna Gray, who refers to me as the K-Hive woman, she could have said the black lady that wrote a list on me, had her bots come for me. Her and Marianne Williamson. And then Crystal Ball, she didn't say anything. But she talked a lot of shit about Kamala Harris. Then Senator, now Vice President Kamala Harris, and President Biden. She did. She talked a lot of shit about the K-Hive. But who is having the last laugh is me. My list. I didn't put no voodoo on anybody. But I sure did predicted their future and their relevancy. And as a black woman, when I said you will be going through some things pretty soon, as much as you criticize the Democratic Party, this is it. So folks like Crystal, folks like Brianna, folks like Katie Hopper, Ryan Knight, David Serrata, who are on the unemployment line, which Ryan Knight never really had a job like that, so he's not considered. But Crystal Ball, Katie Hopper, Brianna Gray, and David Serrata, those four, who had jobs, paying them a astronomical lot of money. So much money to the point where they could buy themselves lavish houses, lavish apartments, condos, whatever. and talk so much shit about the Democratic Party and the base voters, see that they're on the unemployment line. But guess who's having the last laugh? And Hillary Clinton. And for folks who are mad that Hillary Clinton shared my video, and I didn't ask her to share my video, it so happened it went goddamn viral. And other blue checks shared my video, because they paid their homage to Hillary Clinton. And when Hillary gave the eye emojis, oh my God, that the online left and the blue check standard bearers came for me and called me a K-high woman that doxed them. You don't even know what doxing if you even know. A hit list? You ain't even know what a hit list is. I know what a hit list is. I don't live too far from the mob. The real mob. Not that Russian mob, no, the Italian mob. That's right. And they ain't put out no hit list. They just find where you at and beat that ass. Or they lucky they beat your ass because they kill your ass. But I'm just going to sum this up. Crystal Ball is like the sixth person on my list who's experiencing karma. It's Brianna Gray, David Serrata, Katie Harper, Socialist MMA, Ryan Knight, and now Crystal Ball. The countdown is beginning. And trust me, things will get worse. To the point where they might have to discontinue their podcasts because they probably can't keep their Patreon up. Because the same people that they're advocating for a higher minimum wage is the same people that y'all taking money from. Is that progressive? No. It's not progressive. It's a grift. And for those who follow them, I feel bad for you because you're being grifted and you're being conned and you're being lied to. Don't take it from me. Just watch. Because everybody is fine with the Biden and Harris administration. Within their almost 5 months being in there, they accomplished way more than the Trump administration. But that's just my take on it. So, Crystal, I hope that you find another job if they're going to hire you with all the shit that you have talked to pay your bills, take care of your 3 kids, because you got 3 kids, and to someday realize that what I have said about black voters, I was dead wrong. And keep in mind, Crystal Ball is from South Carolina. If I was her, I would never talk bad about the older black voters. But obviously she didn't learn her lesson. She's been in D.C. too long. She's been in urban cities too long. But Crystal, my prayers are for you. My prayers are for you that you will see the light and Jesus will hit you on your head and, you'll be anointed or maybe baptized, rebaptized again in the oil or in the water, because your soul is tainted with bad energy. But my prayers are for you. I hope your kids will be okay. Even though I don't like you, but you're somebody's mama. So that's all I'm saying. And as for Meghan McCain, it will be bittersweet if her mom gets hired because she's being considered for a job to work under the U.S. ambassador for the food program for kids. That would be crazy that her mom gets a job with the Biden administration. She'll lose her job, her and her husband. Because, they're sad and bad. sad and bad. Her father, girl, you gonna have to find a podcast, get your Patreon account, because you might not have your job after this season. That's all I'm saying. But let me just end this because I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this again. But to the Warren Nistas, the disgruntled ones that still can't get over the fact that Elizabeth Warren lost. She lost 19 races back last year during the primaries. She wasn't selected as the vice president to Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. She wasn't. So when I tweeted, when her book came out, that she did not run in the shadows of Hillary Clinton, y'all all got mad. She didn't. She did not adapt the policies of Hillary Clinton. You know who did? Kamala Harris. Then Senator, now Vice President Kamala Harris. That's why most Clinton supporters went to Harris. They didn't really go to Elizabeth Warren like that, like a small percentage. Most of Warren supporters were Bernie Sanders supporters back in 2016. A majority of them. A majority of Hillary Clinton voters were Kamala Harris supporters, and a smidget of Amy Klobuchar supporters, and a little bit of Pete Buttigieg's. So folks like Sasha and Spencer, trolling my account because they ain't got shit to do with themselves. And Spencer is young. No, Spencer is grown enough to fuck with this old lady. So when you messing with an old lady, you gonna be treated, like the adult that you act like. One, I don't care about y'all. Eventually you guys care about me because you troll my comments. Two, you don't even know what a transphobic is if it hits you. Saying that I misgender people when I wasn't talking to you, it's a reach. Right, Sasha? I already schooled you on what transphobic is. Obviously, you didn't get the memo. But I'm here to let you know I didn't bully you. Because why? Because I wasn't even thinking about your tweet. Why? Because I don't care about you. So continue to work on your following, work on your content like Spencer, which Spencer's not really working on it because obviously he's trolling my tweets. And find a hobby. And stop messing with this old lady. Because y'all old enough to be my kids. And I don't got time for the shit. So fuck off. And knuck if you buck if you want to. Because I ain't that one. But until then, you guys enjoy your weekend. If you live on the East Coast, stay dry. If you live in the Midwest and you experience snow, stay dry. Until then, you guys have a wonderful and blessed weekend.